Hello! Welcome back to the first of many theory videos on the channel. Today I want to talk about why Yumi and the Painter might take place a bit earlier in the Cosmere than you might first think. And yes, there can be a lot of Cosmere spoilers in this video. So the Cosmere timeline is all over the place. When you look it up, you'll find images like this. It can look like a pretty convoluted mess at first glance, but there is a structure when you clean it up. The most important times that we're focusing on today are Stormlight Arc 1, Mistborn Era 2, and Stormlight Arc 2. Sanderson has gone on record multiple times saying that Era 2 takes place in the 10 to 15 year gap between Stormlight's books 5 and 6. In Yumi and the Painter, we realize that Hoid has been on this planet for 3 years, which fits the time frame just fine. Bands of Mourning and Lost Metal take place 6 years apart. This could take place between those 6 years. This could take place before those 6 years. This could take place after those 6 years. Any of those options are available. So let's get into the evidence. Hoid makes several references to things like Rosharan time, giving the impression that he's talking to someone from there, which he's going to be doing a lot of in books 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Stormlight. Next, Design has a body to better experience human things and understand humans better. On top of that, she commonly uses terms from Roshar, things like storming, which aren't commonly used in the cognitive realm, and sayings like, be back quicker than a chasm fiend gobbles up a chol, when both chasm fiends and chols don't even exist in the cognitive realm. Keep in mind, Hoid is the primary person she interacts with, and he isn't from Roshar. And even he says the curse storming in this book. This all implies that they only recently left Roshar and have things from the planet fresh in their memories. On top of that, Design doesn't understand a metaphor when Nikoro compares Yumi to being very warm, which is something that you should be able to pick up on if you've spent a few centuries traveling around with Hoid. But she is still starting to change. In this quote, Design said, squinting, not because she needed to, but because she was picking up on human mannerisms. Which was, I can proudly say, part of the point of making her human in the first place. In addition, Design says this about her spirit web reading device. Yumi, do you understand what a miracle this fabrial is? It's reading things that until very recently, you need a highly specialized individual for, end quote. Who do we know that is making massive strides in fabrial creation? Navani. This is right up her alley. This would be perfect to put right after book 5, when Navani is developing these new fabrials. Next, Hoid has discovered that Odium has erased his memory-holding breaths. And only now did he encounter a hiccup with his new strategy to keep this from happening again. And finally, I want to reference the first secret project, Tress of the Emerald Sea. In that book, we see Hoid in a very similar helpless situation. However, there's something missing from this book. Where is Design? We know from Syl and Stormlight that the Spren can't go far from their nail-bonded person. This leads me to believe that something will happen in the back half of Stormlight that will create this change. There simply isn't a better location for a change in Spren status quo than in the Stormlight books. Okay, but there are still some major arguments against my placement between books 5 and 6. The first major argument, it comes from a live stream Sanderson did, where he said, quote, I consider where the Cosmere is right now to be its main timeline, right around the 10 to 15 year period that Stormlight and Wax and Wane are happening. And that's where we are in the Cosmere right now. But this is taking place way in the future. Actually, all 3 secret projects are very future era Cosmere. End quote. However, this was stated over a year before publications in a live stream focusing on Secret Project number 4. Not Secret Project number 3, number 4. And most notably, this was before the revisions of Secret Project 3, a lot can change in this time. With the next argument people use is there's a small mention in the epilogue of a place called Iron 7 Way Station. Online, people are speculating that it's a Mistborn Era 4 space station, but I'm not so sure. In Era 2, autonomy offers to help Scadrial reach high technology faster, implying that her people have already achieved as much. The inclusion of the word iron doesn't necessarily mean it's a Mistborn station. This could easily be a red herring. The station could simply be near an iron-rich mine or an iron-rich asteroid belt, for example. It's mentioned that the people on Nicaro's planet have attempted to reach out to life in the greater universe, but there hasn't been a response. Autonomy controls who can contact her people. Scadrial, on the other hand, would be far, far more eager to make contact. And if the rocket that Hoid is hijacking can reach the station, then the people on that station are 100% aware of Nicaro's people. Hey, quick little next day update. My friend wanted me to note that there was 1,763 years in between Yumi's time and Nicaro's time. This doesn't necessarily actually mess that much with the timeline though, because in Scadrial, the Lord Ruler had control for over 1,000 years, and before the Lord Ruler took over, Scadrial had developed several civilizations to the point where they'd had 562 religions. Okay, that's all I've got. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I could be right, I could be wrong. Time will tell. Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe. I've got several other Cosmere theory videos on the way out. In the meantime, I've got other book videos ready for you to watch. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. Bye-bye.